I'm here at UCG with Professors Judy Beck and Cece Toole. They're going to be telling us today about their laptop initiative that started 3 years ago, I think. They're going to start at the beginning and tell us a little bit about what they've been doing with laptops in the classroom.
About 2.5 years ago, we were approached by folks from the technology department about integrating laptops into our classrooms. And so, with the help of GD School, Kevin Hodges and Cindy Jennings, our education majors here on the Greenville campus were all issued a laptop for their use while they were in the School of Education. And so we began that first semester with helping them learn how to use the various functions on the laptops, the Office suite of programs, as well as some very specific programs that we had for education. Dr. Toole will talk about. And over the course of those 2 years with that first group, they learned a lot, we learned a lot about how to incorporate laptops into the classroom. And that first group just graduated this past May. And when we did a survey of them to find out how comfortable they felt in integrating technology in their K-12 classroom, it was amazing to see how comfortable they felt using technology compared to those folks who were not issued a laptop and did not have that laptop to use over the course of the 2 years. So we had another group start this past fall with the laptops, and of course we have another group that just got started and has had them for about a month. And so what we've done with the program is try to integrate it into each semester that the students are here, and then of course when they're student teaching, they're allowed to use them. They take them out in the field with them into their student teaching placement.
When they begin with us, they are mostly transfer students entering their junior year, and they are enrolled in what we call foundation block courses, and one of those courses is the Resources in Teaching and Technology course. And it is through that course that they are exposed to the various software programs that are currently used in the schools and the expectations of the technology used in the schools. So they begin that semester with implementing technology through their coursework with a variety of software programs such as the Microsoft Office suite, with using Publisher to communicate, PowerPoint. They also use Microsoft Word for a variety of things. But we then move on to software such as Crazy Talk, which is an animation software in which they can get students engaged by starting the lesson or an experience in the classroom with a character, maybe a main character from a book that they are reading or a historical event that they would be studying. And they also use a graphic organizer software called Inspiration, in which both students and students in the classroom, college students and students in the K-12 classroom, use as a way to organize their thinking around a variety of different requirements, such as book reports, KWL, charts, etc. And then, once they're exposed to the software, they move into their courses in which they are actually using Promethean Planet to implement, but also to create flip charts, web quests around certain indicators or standards from the state in a content or curriculum area. And they build from each semester until they go out into student teaching. Because of the experiences that they have with us at USC Upstate Greenville campus, they are going into Greenville County schools meeting their technology proficiency. So we are able to help Greenville County schools train teachers because our students are very comfortable with the technology and go into student teaching, and hopefully in their first year of teaching using the technology, and therefore are becoming advocates and experts in the school sites to help others who have not had the experiences that they've had.
Awesome. I do have one question I'd like to ask if you guys would respond to. And a concern that's often cited about having laptops in the classroom, in the higher ed classroom, is that they are distracting and that students are tempted to do things other than productive work while they have their laptop with them. Could you, either of you or both of you, speak to how you and other faculty with the laptop program have worked with students effectively to direct them to productive activity in the classroom and not allow those machines to become distractions?
Well, one of the things that the students have to do at the very beginning when they're issued their laptops is to sign an agreement, which indicates what acceptable use of and behavior in a classroom is. That they are expected to have them in the classroom for academic productive work. So they get that at the very beginning, and at the beginning of each semester we remind them of their rights and responsibilities as it's related to the laptop. Not to say that they haven't been doing some things that perhaps they shouldn't have been when we asked them to, but the advantages of being able to go online just immediately, if they have a question, you can just say, go find it, Google it, whatever you need to do, we think far outweighs the disadvantage of them checking their email or checking their MySpace account, perhaps when they shouldn't be.
Mm-hmm.
I think, too, one thing that I've noticed is that it also helps them to be more able to do two things at once, because they're working with that technology while also doing things in class and participating and talking and discussing. So it really has become almost second nature to them to have that sitting there, and I think a lot of them might become lost if they didn't have it.
So multitasking like they might be doing in a classroom in the future.
Correct.
Exactly.
Okay.
We also have the management issue that Judy had talked about, and if there is something that they need to be concentrating on that I am doing, then we have the professional courtesy of closing the hoods, and that's what we tell them, to lower their hoods or to close their laptops during a certain time, and then that will eliminate some of the free time or the distraction of the computer in front of them if they are using it for things outside of the course. So again, it's that professional responsibility and respect that we all build in our classrooms, and managing that sometimes is just as simple as you need to close your laptops at this time and we'll go back to them in just a few minutes type of thing.
Okay. Very cool. So if anyone would like to talk more about your project, they could give you a call at UCG. And thank you so much for your time this afternoon. I really appreciate it.
You're welcome.